Hi everyone, welcome. In this video, we're going to look at 000 and XYZ and have a look at that and how it ties into the design of CNC. Let's say do-it-yourself CNC, but uh, I've worked on a lot of industrial machines, and I believe all of the designers would have benefited from what I'm about to show you here. All right, this is where we're going to end up, but let's turn off a few things here, get right down to basics. This is nothing fancy. A couple of sticks I drew out, color coded them. But if you look over here, this is X, Z, and Y. And that is how we organize things in drawing land. I guess that'll make more sense as we move forward. Our y-axis, x-axis, z-axis have positive and negative values. But for a CNC, you want to use positive values, positive in x, positive in y, positive in z. There is also negative in x, negative in y, and negative in z. So once you look at it that way, things start to get complicated pretty quick. This is a positive value, this is a positive value, this is a positive value. This is a negative value. So if you use, let's have a look here. Let's call it a sector. This is the sector we use. There's another one back here, another one here, another one here, and we go down here, there's 4 more. They all have different Cartesian values. The one we're going to use, the one we do use, is the one that makes most sense. It's positive this way, it's positive that way, and it's positive that way. All right, let's turn this off. That being said, this software that I'm using right now, Fusion, it has the same thing here. It's the front, this X, Y, Z. But let's start talking about how this pertains to CNC machining, industrial CNC machining mostly, but also if you're a DIY kind of guy making a machine, this is important for you too. Let's turn on the top with the pins. Okay. This is a 5-foot by 10-foot table, really crude CNC with the locating pins. The origin 000 is right here. And the reason it's right there is because of the software that is used to generate the sheets that are going to be cut on this machine. Okay. You can use this corner as an origin, this one, and this one. And there's different problems that arise when you use any of these 3 and you don't use this one. We'll cover that. So this being the origin, if you're installing a CNC, you are building a CNC, you have to understand that this is where the action happens, everything is based off of 000, and you really need to keep that in mind. So if you have the tower with the software and the keyboard and the whole thing, and this is where the fundamental work point on the machine is, does it make sense to have the tower over here? Probably not. You want to be standing in front of the tower and you want to be looking right there at your main spot on the machine. We'll turn a sheet on now. This is a 4x8 sheet. Notice the grain direction. Grain always goes in the length, and X is the length. You can get grain going in the other direction, but then it's called cross grain, and it's much more expensive. So this is so far we're talking about 000, positive X, positive Y, positive Z. And because of that, the location of our tower is going to be right here. Okay. Now I just screen grabbed this assignment page off of the internet, and ironically they're using the wrong field here on the machine. And when I say wrong, I mean it's wrong to me. I'm sure they cut the part successfully and probably have been doing it for a long time, but it's wrong to me. I would have done it here. Then the thing arises, well, you throw a sheet on the machine, it's much, much easier to push it up against the pins at the back. Physically easier. But mentally, when you pull it here, you're matching up with the software that, you know, let's say there's a bunch of doors and drawer faces and whatever on this sheet. Whoever drew it with 000 being right here. I guarantee you. I'm not in the business of giving people guarantees, but again, here, we're in Fusion. The front, X, Z, Y. This is AutoCAD. Just grabbed a couple of screenshots off the internet, but look, X, Y, looking from the top, it's the same thing. This completely different company, X, Y, Z, same sector. Again, another one, graph site, X, Y, looking from the top. It's the same thing. It's like everyone's following a rule. They're all following the same rule. I think it's called the right hand rule. Not entirely sure why. Okay. So if we know that everyone's sending us our files to cut that are all based on this origin and these axes, I mean, that's good to know. But as a machine builder, I guess an operator, different people, I don't know. It's good for everyone to know this, I guess. But for me, it took a little bit of I don't know, strengthenings in the forearms to pull the sheets up to the pins rather than push them around. Because I realized real fast that I didn't want to be mirroring tool paths. And if I'm cutting this sheet, say this sheet's full of doors, something goes wrong, I have to get a piece of scrap or an offcut and make a door. I don't want to make it up here or over here or over here. I want to make the door right here. Which means now I'm standing here, 0, 0, 0 is right here. I want to be able to face my spindle and see what's going on. I don't want my spindle on the other side. I'm sure I'm going to take some flack for this, but I'm just this, this is my view from my experience, and I hope it helps somebody somewhere along the line, especially if you're designing and building your own CNC. Like, take what I'm saying into account. And then lastly, now let's talk about the door we have to remake. We have to remake a door. It's going to be right here. So where do we put our tools on the machine? It makes sense to have the tools closest to where the action is happening. I've argued with CNC technicians multiple times over the years, and most of them say, well, no, you can carry them along, the motors are strong enough and it's not an issue. But to me, it just doesn't sit well. You're carrying around all of this stuff that you're not using. I don't know, I don't like it. Well, this is it. If I win the lottery and I start a CNC business, this is what you can expect to see from me. Everything will be based off of 0, 0, 0, and I don't know what else to say. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I think I'm going to put a little more effort into putting out some short videos like this. I hope you like it. And thanks for watching.